I think we can totally make it work. I want to make this combination work because I think we can make it work. So, Edge Prior should definitely be melded before we interact with anything else, specifically concealed caverns. But we have to get specific, units to go along with that take value from the healing every turn. We could go armor build or rage build. We have neither. I think we want rage though because we're gonna be doing regen. Try sap or spell damage. You know what? I didn't think about sap. Sap is a status effect that would get doubled. Double damage spikes. Spikes champion. Okay. I've cracked the knuckles. I'm knuckling down myself. I think we can do this. I absolutely think we can do this. Yeah, can turn that on. I think we're gonna start on the top floor though. Buys us time to kill these guys before they make it up. And all we need is one of the piercing cards to kill these two fools. The fools, the foolish fools. So kill you. Yes. Na, 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 na. You still need to go though. And you're gonna hit us pretty hard, but that's okay. And we have to kill you too. You're all dying, perfect. Wipe you. Start tossing out those restores. Now you have regen, oh my god, you have lifesteal 12 and stealth 9. You might kill us. It's hard to say that oh no, we're killing you, good. It's hard to say that we're doing things wrong when all we have is just spikes in our favor, but you know what, you're taking double damage from the spikes. That's why we're killing you here. Okay. I believe in the power of these spikes. Collect, what do we have? Razor Sharp, Glimmer, Vine Grasp. I like Glimmer, just for the extra heal and the AoE damage, although we would really need to buff the damage of the spell to make it super viable. Razor Sharp, having done this challenge a couple of times, I'm beginning to think that unit damage is not that important, at least with our champion, because things are dying to the spikes and bosses are dying to the spikes. We need to keep our champion alive as much as possible. I think we want to go for the heal. Hidden Passage, Imp, Fortify. It is a Rage Imp, and we do have Rage buff, but I don't like the Rage Imp because it's really hard to play it when we already have other units out on the field. I think a Hidden Passage is a little bit more up my alley for the future. And then I'm just gonna say it, I think I want the Animus. So I'm gonna take the Animus. The Rail Beater was fine last time, but dude, it's a freaking Animus. It's so good. And then honestly, if we get an Awoken Hollow, then we could meld Edge Prior into the Awoken Hollow, put an Animus behind it, and then every turn the Awoken Hollow is gonna buff the damage of the Animus. That's kind of my ideal situation. Endless is not what we're looking for. We'll probably re-roll that. Got another Animus, which is pretty okay, but definitely not what we're looking for. Do we need a Husk Hermit? No. I don't think we need a second Animus. I think this is a skip. I say that because as soon as we get one Animus, we'll just double it up at some point in the future. We can go to a Hellvent and duplicate it. But this doesn't help us, and this doesn't help us, and its essence is just health. Who cares? So unfortunately, I think we skip. But this means we can re-roll and maybe have enough money to spend on like a quick or a multi-strike, but I actually don't think we will have enough money. Intrinsic, not good. Magic power, a good Glimmer seems pretty nice. A good Hornbreak. Maybe we'll just pick nothing though. I'm not even gonna buff the health on the Animus, because I just don't think we need the Animus for like anything. Because of the horn breaks, I feel like we can do this, but it's gonna cost our sentient a lot of HP. We'd be better off saying no, but it is a unit draft. Oh my god, can we even survive the boss? Probably. Dude, you know, if we have to restart, we have to restart. I'm gonna go aggressive though because we need the unit upgrades. We need the units, I should say. Really wish we could hidden passage, but unfortunately we can't. I could play everything at the bottom. That's pretty bad. We'll live with like 2 HP. If I play everything at the top, next turn we're only gonna have 1 energy, but if we edge prior, we can at least still play other things, so. I could also sentient and then hidden passage the sentient to the top and then have a lot of energy for the future. Which actually, you know what? I think that might be for the best. Let me torch you. These guys are also not gonna die to the spikes. Oh no, they will because of the extra damage from Petrified Crucible. And we killed the Collector. This might actually be going fine. You have to go. You need regen. We are losing a lot of damage. But that's okay. If you make it up to the pyre to hit it once, I don't really care. So I think I'm just gonna pop down a train steward. And then we can put the edge prior down. Let's go. Pyre's gonna take some damage. I think we have to accept that we're gonna take that damage though. Now you, get rid of the haste. You just need to be more buffed. We need to get regen 8 in order to sustain against this guy. We're actually almost there already. Don't play the terrain steward because it's gonna cost us energy. You are dying. So I feel good about this. I feel like we have made correct decisions. We took a little bit of pyre damage, but we're gonna get a unit out of this. Yes. Yes. You know, with the rage that we just picked up, it is very tempting to go Animus of Speed, to put quickness on the Animus of Will, and then with Ritual of Battle, it's gonna gain 50 attack. So it's gonna be, I mean, it's gonna be a 250 damage quick Animus of Will, which is pretty good. What's coming up? Divine Horde. I think we can take an Animus of Speed just in case we don't get anything else to put on it. This is the fallback unit melding for the future. Speaking of unit melding, we're going to look for units. Demon units get multi-strike, 3 magic power, random imp. Dude, the demon units getting multi-strike is incredibly great, but we don't have demon units, and we're only gonna get 1 more demon unit banner. And to be honest with you, I kind of would rather hellvent anything that we have. So we already have multi-strike, we don't really need this. The magic power is actually kind of nice for the healing and the damage. An imp every turn, it's gonna cost us 1 energy every turn. I kind of don't like this. So I'm gonna take the magic power. You might look at that and say, Abe, what the hell are you doing? You know what? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out. You could get an Animus and have 2 of them, but I don't think we want 2 Animuses. We want to build up 1 Animus, although we could put an Animus quick in 1 Animus and then buy quick for the other Animus. I'm trying to think. What's been the primary problem? Bosses. We're killing units. The bosses are the problem, which makes me think that an Animus doesn't solve any problem. Although the extra multi-strike is very nice. We could put an Animus in an Animus and give it multi-strike 6, which is 3 times 7 damage. But again, the Animuses have not been the problem. The bosses have been the problem. Our champion has been the problem. So I'm once again thinking that what you take is nothing. We have to get a Hellhorn unit. Or Hellvent. Actually, I think we do get one more unit choice here, now that I think about it. 0 times 7. Well, the idea is that it's 0 times 7, but we're gonna give it Rage, which buffs its damage by 50. But we don't need that much damage. We really don't need that much damage. That's too much. You get an Animus of Speed or Super Animus of Will. I'm gonna take a Super Animus of Will. You know what? And I'm gonna make a, we could also give it Rage 14, which will buff its damage quite significantly. Thanks to Resonant Shard, but the Rage is gonna decay. Might just give the Animus of Speed a little bit of Spikes protection real quick, but I don't care about that unit right now. Let's take a look at the Cavern. Dante. Dante. My dude is gonna have like multi-strike 12. I'm actually more interested, believe it or not, in the magic power to make my heals and damage spells stronger. But a Super Dante could be kind of interesting. Let's see. So I don't really want to play on the bottom. I want you guys to just get weak or die trying. So I'm gonna go Sentient, Animus, and give him a lot of rage. Wipe you. And you know what? The Animus can go out there and live. And maybe get one kill. More turns. We don't have to play the sap. What would we play instead? A torch? I think you play the sap. We have to keep the champion alive. At least we weaken the units that were making it up. Although goodbye rage, the Animus is just gonna do 21 damage for the whole combat. Oops. You're all gonna die to spikes. I don't need to do anything there. You're fine. So you know what? I think we'll just work on you. Now you're dead. Now we gotta work on this floor. I think you're gonna make it up to the pyre. Actually, you're gonna kill me. And there's nothing I can do to keep my Animus alive. So screw you. I guess we'll just do this. Pyre's gonna take a little bit of a hit. It seems to be a common occurrence, but at least these guys are gonna take a lot of damage. I wish we could get that edge Prior out there and keep him alive, but we can't. You're only gonna hit the Pyre once. What's better, a torch or a restore? I actually think, well, the damage isn't gonna matter at all. What do we have coming up? Hidden Passage? Torches? I actually think a torch, slow him down, is nice. We get hit for 4 on our Pyre, that's not too bad. Okay. Actually, it buffs the damage by 60. Really? Apply Rage 20. I didn't think it would buff the damage that much, but now our champion is doing 60 damage, which seems pretty freaking swell. and doing 80 damage or 40 damage when it gets hit. 80 damage is next. Okay. Consume apply quick. It's a very, very good tome. But Channel Song is very interesting because if it hits a Dante or an Animus, it's immediately a +20/+20. We could put an Animus inside of, like, we could put the Animus of Speed inside of Dante, or we could take the book, or we could take Channel Song and then make one of those units good. Because we're relying on spikes, I actually think the Channel Song makes sense here, which is weird. And then, okay, now we have to think about the Edge Prior, because now it'll restore 5 health every turn in the Awoken Hollow. That's freaking sweet. We also have a Steel Singer, but it's really freaking expensive. However, it is +20/+40. And a Demon Fiend is +30/+30. So now I gotta run the mental arithmetic here and say, okay, do we wanna put, you know, a Demon Fiend inside of an Animus and make an Animus that does 200 damage and have 30 health? Yeah, that seems pretty good actually, now that I think about it. We don't need the Steel Singer for that. Like, we don't need, it'll have more health, do less damage, and then when we heal the Animus, it'll be stronger, but that's slow. So I think we'll just take the Demon Fiend and shove it inside of an Animus. Yeah, the Awoken Hollow is good with the Rejuvenate triggers, and we can put a Edge Prior inside of it, but the raw stats on the multi-strikers are gonna be worth so much. I'm trying to think. The Rejuvenate does also buff the champion if the Awoken Hollow has more health, but that's not going to happen because it only has 75 HP. Eventually, it's going to have 120 HP. We're going to have a Demon Fiend. We have a Divine Temple coming up. We have another Divine Temple coming up. Can we get it? Yeah, okay. We can also Hellvent to dupe the Demon Fiend and then also meld it with the Dante later, and then in theory we can ascend the Dante behind the champion and our Animus, which is a little wonky, but it is possible. And then we can just get rid of the Animus of Speed and just put quick on one of these 2 units and then be happy about it. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the standard Demon Fiend combo, I think. Give me draw. We need energy too because the top floor is gonna just absolutely suck. And you know what? We could just duplicate now. We don't need to put a Demon Fiend inside of Dante. I could put Demon Fiend inside of an Animus and dupe the Animus. Actually, we might just want to dupe Wildwood Sap for the regen. Yeah, actually, I think that's what we want to do. So I'm gonna put the, yeah, okay. I keep like flip-flopping a little bit here, but I know what I want. I know what I want. We're gonna dump the Train Stewards. We're gonna take spikes. Take the health. We're gonna dupe, we could dupe Channel Song, but I think we're gonna dupe the sap because we need the healing. You devour my spells, which doesn't matter at all. And then we are going to take a Demon Fiend and put it inside of an Animus. That gives me the damage to live for the next like 5 combats. And then what we can do here, we're gonna get another Dante, I think right here. We can get some upgrades done here with a Concealed Cavern and maybe get something good out of it. Or we could just dupe the freaking Animus and then go capacity and then have 2 Animus on the same floor, except we can't do that now that I think about it because we don't have the capacity for it, but that's fine. Whatever. We want to fight you on the bottom floor, which means the spell shield isn't going to matter. because we're just gonna fight you at the bottom. You might make it up and hit the pyre, it depends on what we draw. We didn't draw what we wanted, but we're actually still fine, because what we'll do is Sentient Animus ascend you to your death. And now we're gonna draw our other Animus immediately. Which means that we can wipe the whole floor, get your heals going, get the gold. Keep your heals going. I mean, you're all dead. The boss is gonna blow himself out on the spikes. We don't need the rage. As long as everything's dying, we're fine. I mean, we have regen 22 right now. Channel Song's gonna hit something. You know, I'll take it. I guess you do have a lot of multi-strike, but you're still dead. 8 times 3, we're doing 24. I mean, if we want, we can just heal a little bit. I seem to work totally fine. Okay, I mean, I've learned a lot from the previous attempts at this. I kind of know what I'm looking for. And was this the multi-strike boss, or is the multi-strike boss potentially coming up next? Oh God. I really hope multi-strike boss is not next, because if it is, I don't know if we can even survive it. I don't think we can, but you know, we're gonna freaking try. Do we have Merchant of Magic? We do, with the Concealed Caverns. Okay, I'll take Spreading Spores then. The extra spikes damage we get from it could keep us alive. And then honestly, a Rage Serum does seem kind of okay. It's a Consume card, it'll buff our damage. This is Dante. We want the magic power, so even that is a reason to add the card. Dante has multi-strike 10. It's actually less than I was expecting, let's be honest. Summon abilities trigger an additional time, or Consume has a chance to discard. We don't have summon effects. Sentient is not a summon effect, so we will take Consume, have a chance to discard, which does counter the final boss nicely. I could make Dante quick, doesn't seem particularly useful. An intrinsic channel song is actually very tempting to try to put into a Dante. Remove Consume. I am willing to do this on a sap, because we need the regen to come back around. But I'll make Spreading Spores cheaper, because that card is going to get duplicated. Plus Magic Power and Consume. Our damage spells are actually pretty decent, and our restores are decent as well. So let's consume a Torch, I think. Permafrost. Well, you know, we could permafrost a channel song, and then if we draw it and Dante, we can just wait, dump the Dante, and then play the channel song. Or we could permafrost a hidden passage so we can ascend a unit, but it might make more sense to permafrost the channel song, but we'd have to make this intrinsic as well. It would be an intrinsic permafrost channel song, and on turn 2 you play it in order to buff a unit that you didn't draw on turn 1, and then it's gonna all of a sudden be playable. At the same time though, I can't help but think that like it doesn't do as much as I would want it to do. We need to lower the cost of Ritual of Battle, but we're gonna start here. We'll buff a Hornbreak. Let's go to the caverns, see what we get. Build a card again. I mean, I do like it. I think we'll do a buff card this time. Oh, but we can't ascend it. That's okay, we can descend. Increases gold or card draw. Probably gold. Gain 20 gold. It's not much, but hey Jojo, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Intrinsic. It's only 10. I'm gonna do it. I kind of like this. It's a good way of getting that Dante out quickly. And then we have a Merchant of Steel coming up. We kind of did need to save a little bit of cash, but that's fine. I don't think we need to do up our magic power anymore. It's already been buffed pretty well. Let's save a little bit of money. It's you again! What? God damn it! I hate you! Why? You just want to ruin my run. Well, I know what we have to do. Top floor Sentient, and then we just try to survive long enough with enough health and spikes to kill this boss. He's returned. He has returned. So we have Channel Song. I kind of don't want to play it because it'll probably draw a Train Steward, but we could wait and then maybe draw an Animus later, but like, look, these units are all gonna die when they hit us anyways. We got a freaking Dante that we're not even gonna play. I mean, we know what we're gonna draw next turn. It's gonna be you. So why don't we try to draw you now? Told you. How's this gonna work? How this is gonna work is we have to draw Spreading Spores. The extra spikes damage might take us to the point where we're killing that boss. So we have to do this, and then you guys are just gonna come out to die. And then I could kill you or start buffing the regen. But the boss kills us in one hit anyways. Buffing the regen doesn't really seem to make that much sense, does it? I'd rather, I guess, just kill you. Although, all units are gonna die anyways. They're gonna die anyways. Now, they have a lot of spikes. I didn't realize it, or I didn't think that they would have double spike damage, but I guess it makes total sense. So Spreading Spores. Now something hits us and takes 88 damage per turn. Is that enough? I don't know. I really need heals though. Wow, you're taking 24 damage, huh? Kind of rude. Wildwood Sap is a little expensive. Look, the Pyre's gonna take damage. Let's be honest. Trying to think what the best thing to do here is, because like I could heal you quite a bit, which will keep you alive. Or I could use Horn. Yeah, we can do both. Heal you, and then just wipe a unit that you don't want to see next turn. You died to the spikes, so I really don't care about you. Nothing here is sweep or anything. I think we'll just wipe you then, because you have 100 HP. Now we just need a big heal. We got one. We got a good enough one anyways. Gain 10 attack, descend the unit, gain 20 gold. I mean, that works. And then... Hello. Now, you're doing 66 damage again. However, I'm stacking up my spreading spores damage on the off chance that I can kill you. What I'm also going to do is use every single torch at my disposal to start working your health down. This is where having magic power weakness would actually be kind of nice against you, but I don't really have any of that, do I? What I have is a particular set of skills. You are dead. I almost don't believe it, but you are taking 96 damage per attack now. Holy crap. We've survived. Oh, let's go. Apply Rooted 2 to the enemy unit. That's actually pretty nice. It pays for itself, and it's free. Kind of like it. Okay. Let's freaking go. Inflame. I like it. Because it's a rage enabler. We're gonna need some freaking energy. We're gonna need card upgrades, but for now, I'm happy. Check out what we have here. Large stone. You know what? I mean, it's a 48 times 773 Animus of Will. Pretty good. It's good enough, I guess, but we could always just upgrade the Dante, and then either unit can fit behind our champion, and we can just ascend the other one as soon as we get them. And now they both have enough health to maybe survive some attacks, and we can give them even more health. I kinda like it. Why is it only 95? That's super cheap. God, that's real good though. We could just remove Dante. We could just remove Dante and then have one Animus of Will. The problem is, how the hell are you gonna actually play this unit? You have to ascend it or descend it behind your champion. But you know what? This still works because our champion can just be their own floor for a while. Their spikes damage is good enough. The candles stay? Yeah, but here's the thing. We have tons of magic power thanks to taking the Dante stuff and the Tempered Talisman. Our heals are worth 15 damage on their own. That's a good trade-off for a couple of garbage cards in the deck. I don't care. We can try to buff Dante, or we could just, because again, what's been the problem? The problem has been keeping your champion alive long enough to kill bosses. How do we resolve that? Buff your champion, and that's it. We have one unit that's really good at killing everything else. We can just ascend it or descend it behind the champion when necessary. We can play top floor of Divinity if we want even. Although, it's actually gonna be really hard to play top floor of Divinity because we'd have to go capacity upgrade or intrinsic one of the ascends. Which we're not gonna have the ability to do that. Because we, yeah, it's not gonna work. Because we have a descend and we have an ascend. And that's it. We need to purge a lot from the deck. Because I'm a little wary about splitting up our endeavors, but admittedly this does make it so that we have two good units in the deck that we can play around with, which I actually kind of like. Okay, I'm gonna buff the Dante. You know, there's another reason to do it like this, and it's because we have the channel song. We can interact with that card a little bit more easily with two units. So we'll do it like this. And then, if we can't meld the Animus of Speed, we will get rid of it. We don't need the Edge Prior. We're gonna get rid of it. Healing spells cost less, but healing spells are worth playing, I think. Well, you know what? I'd rather get rid of a Train Steward still. multi-strike. We need to take this. I mean, that's almost 300 damage. You're gonna get 12 multi-strike. Kinda just wanna upgrade the Animus of Will right here. You have more health though? But you already have enough multi-strike? Yeah, sure. Give me the Animus of Will. Get coins for Pyre health. Where are we going next? Merchant of Magic? Or... yeah, Merchant of Magic into Concealed Caverns. So I'm gonna take the money for Pyre health so we can actually afford more later. And then the Hell Vent is with a Merchant of Magic. We might not be able to upgrade our units again. Unless we go left, which is Unstable Vortex. I'd probably still rather go Concealed Caverns to upgrade spells. It's 15 and 10. We're at exactly 100 pack shards, so we don't need to duplicate a unit. So you know what? I am going to just upgrade Dante, and I'm just gonna give him the... well, you know what? Hold on. +1. Rage 14. All right, you know what, Dante? Take Rage 14. Buff him now. Buff him now. Thank God it's not Rage Fell. They would have picked up multi-strike 5, I think. And we have Channel Song, which might not hit Dante because we still have a couple of bad units in the deck. It's got a okay chance at it, but we could also let Dante kind of sit and then play this later, but we're just... in fact, we could do that because we know what we're playing on this turn. You, and then purge this. You're taking 198 damage. So don't play Channel Song. Let it sit. That's why you have it frozen. And then you know what? Don't play Dante. We'll just let him come back around in a minute. We'll play you. If I can descend you, that would be okay. We'll start getting the restores out. Our champion is sapped 14. Multi-strike. You attack 3 times, you're gonna attack for like maybe 30 damage. I think we just purge the candles. As soon as we get the the Wildwood Saps, that's gonna give us the regen we need, I think. This is gonna hit Dante. We have the energy for it. There's our Super Dante. Is an 80 times 11 damage unit. Yeah, you're not stealth. There's no way you're gonna make it past us. No way in hell. I killed the statue in 1 hit. You're taking 1,000 damage. We're gonna be just fine. Don't mess with it, just save your Pyre health. I mean, I would kinda love to dupe the Dante now, because he comes out with so much damage thanks to the Rage. I mean, I think that's a pretty good upgrade if you ask me. And then, welcome to the floor, Dante. You should not have come here. We're actually gonna kill the boss before Relentless. It's like the major bosses are no problem. I have no question in my head we will be able to kill Divinity as long as we get there. Dude, Dark Deal, it's real freaking good. As long as we get there, we're gonna be fine. We need card draw. We're gonna be upgrading spells, so we can take this and just make spells cheaper. X plus 3. Attack per spikes, consume, restore health. I mean, the Sentient is gonna get 80 attack. That's pretty good. But we don't need the Sentient to get attack, and this might cause it to hit into spikes. But X is useless. And consume, restoring pyre health. We do have a lot of consumed cards, and on the boss we are gonna play a lot of consumed cards. So sure, let's just make sure our pyre lives. There's our big Sentient. Double stack, cost 1 more. I mean, Rage 16, Armor 20 is pretty good. Rage 40 is tempting, but too expensive. I think we'll just make this cheaper. Magic power and consume. We can probably put that on like a Hornbreak or something. A card that can get a kill more easily. Just give me the money. I mean, there's only 2 combats. There's only 1 combat left that we can get value out of the money from the theft card, so. Regen 20 for 3, expensive. Regen 20. Kind of like that a lot, so we'll do this. Oh, can I get money? No, no holdover. Oh, it's what I wanted. That's fine. Plus 10 magic power. Well, you know, there you go. I would have loved to have made something holdover. I don't know what we would have made, but Armor 20. It doesn't matter because our champion still one-shots enemies. I mean, they do 160 damage per hit, thanks to the Petrified Crucible. So, nothing is gonna live. Ooh, our champion almost kills this guy, the Gilded Wing, in 1 hit. Three units available. So don't play Channel Song. $168 damage. Nothing else to do here. As long as our champion lives, we're fine. I didn't even look to see what the boss was, but the bosses down here don't really counter our champion except for the one that can do like 56 damage multi-strike. He might be a bit of a problem. Everyone else, not so much. Okay, we can play this. Dante will be descended shortly. Save the pyre. We could ascend a unit. Not really a big point in doing that. I think actually just saving damage is the way to go. We're losing a little bit of HP, but we haven't drawn the big restore card. And hopefully this thing doesn't consume and we can play it again later. It consumed, but that's still... You're dying. Okay, hold up. That's actually terrible. Now you're living. You know what? Take the pyre damage. Just toss out another heal, please. Admittedly, these guys do deal a lot of damage. You're dying? Oh, you're hitting spike 6 repeatedly. I mean, if you die, I don't really care. We'll descend you. And then Glimmer is nice, but I think the regen's better. We don't need to keep the Animus alive. And it's hard to accept that we don't need to keep the Animus alive, but we don't. It's actually way more important just to keep the Sentient alive. Who cares if the Animus dies? We don't need him. It's like virtually never come up before. Aw, I can't draw. I can draw the F off of that at least. I don't know, get up there. Oh, and you're the easy boss for us to fight anyways, because you don't really do anything. So we are totally fine. We cannot gain gold off of the card. You know what? Hey, we'll just gild it. Why not? There's a 200 damage, 2,000 damage per turn Dante. So again, bosses are not going to be too much of a problem at all. Yeah. Now you've hurt the Animus's feelings. The Animus has no feelings. Consume apply spikes 8. We don't need more spikes. We're actually beyond the point where bosses enter with stealth. Although now that I think about it, oh my god, will the minions in the divinity fight enter with stealth? Oh god, please no. Oh no. Please tell me they don't enter with infinity stealth. You know what? We need to hold over the card that can keep enemies locked down. I think we have to. So we need to get rid of the Train Steward and the Edge Prior. Ensnare. We need to hold over Ensnare. And I'm doing this just in case those enemies that enter on that fight can ascend, or can enter with stealth and then ascend up to the pyre. Yeah. It doesn't cost us any draw to do that, and I think it's quite important to do, just in case. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. Doesn't seem particularly useful. Make that regen better, and then I will pay to make a restore better. Remove consume and cost one more. Not worth it. I will pay to make a... probably a torch better now. To try to keep an even distribution of consume and not consume. You know, Inflame is good enough. I don't think we need any of these, though. I don't even think we need jack strips, because we might play on the bottom. We could play on the top on Divinity, but I think playing on the bottom is just a little better, just because we don't really build up. We already start strong. We don't have to build up spikes or damage or anything like that. Wish I could do something about that. Conserve energy. We're playing all of our energy every turn, but there are turns when we could conserve energy, in theory. But I doubt we're gonna do this with all the draw that we have. We're gonna play all of our cards. What do we dupe? We could dupe a Dante, we could dupe a Animus. Dupe an Ensnare, keep enemies around a little bit longer. Probably dupe a Consume Super Regen, though. We need the heals. And then 410 gold, I mean, we should spend it. So I will purge these torches out of our deck. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna get past this challenge. And it only took like 3 tries. Just totally ignore the other tries that I attempted and also failed. We don't need to make these cards not consumed. They have a 50% chance of not consuming anyways. We're gonna leave with 140 gold. I don't care. We don't need the gold. And we still have that purge card in our deck as well. Yeah, I think we'll just start on the bottom. Attacks 5 times each turn. You know, maybe we'll start on the top. You're gonna add a lot of garbage to my deck if I leave you alive, though. See, this is where you gotta kind of run the math and think about what you actually want to do here. You know what? Dante is gonna do so much damage. He's stealthed for 10 turns. Which means he's stealthed for 10 turns? I think we have to play on the top. I really do. We're gonna take damage on the pyre, we're gonna ruin our draw, but we have to stall to get through the deck faster. To get through the deck, and with 2 less turns of stealth on him and with more of an opportunity to grab more regen cards, even though these guys are gonna add garbage to our deck, I think we have to do it like that. Because if we don't, the boss is gonna, I mean, how much damage do you do? I really wish I could tell. He's shard enhanced, which means that it's a little, unusual. Is Divinity gonna enter stealth? So here's the thing. The reason why this guy is stealth is because of the shard enhancement. It causes him to enter in with spell shield 3 and stealth 10, but it's being doubled to 6 and 10. Sorry, 3 and 5, which is being doubled into 6 and 10. So this boss does not enter with stealth, he just has stealth due to the packed shards that we have taken on the run. Divinity does not have stealth. Divinity is gonna enter with nothing. It's gonna be, you know, trample on the bottom, multi-strike on the middle, sweep on the top. That's what he does. This guy, because we're doing pacts, he has stealth. So that's why he has stealth. If we start at the bottom, we won't be able to attack him directly until the stealth runs out, which means that our units are gonna be at risk. But if we start up here, we have more time to build up regen, but we're gonna have a lot of garbage added to our deck because of the purifier. So it's really a question of how do we wanna handle this? Do we want to try to get enough regen to get around him as he moves up, or do we want to hope for the best up here? I think we're gonna play on the bottom. It's certainly a risk, but I'm just gonna run the gamble of hope. And hope for the best. That holds over. We will play a channel song. You might as well tank for Dante, who's gonna get more rage. So I will play you. I'll play Dante here, and we'll descend Dante in a minute, because he has 17 multi-strike? I guess it says apply 10. Why is it not? Oh, it's apply 16 because of all of the garbage in our deck. We have Vengeful Shards, which counts for the multi-strike. Okay. Hey, you jerk. Thank God we added 2 of these saps, by the way. So everything here's dying. I guess we'll hold you for a turn. We're gonna let the pyre take damage, and I'm just gonna stack up regen, I think. I mean, it heals us and then we take damage, so it pays for itself, literally. At least you don't purge my stacks of regen, Jesus. So, spreading spores consumes. What do we want to consume? I wouldn't mind consuming old magic. We only really need to play this once. It did not consume, it preserved. Give you more regen. You have 46 regen, give you more. You're immune to this, so just don't hit the pyre. I mean, if you really wanted to play this challenge with Melting Remnant and try to look for that card, look for that specific card that actually gives you the ability to remove stealth from enemies, and then it's easy. There's 57. I mean, we heal 5 every turn because of the forced consumption from the boss. And this is kind of what I'm hoping for, is now we can just sting you. We actually have no reason to regen. Trying to think if there's anything worth playing. We don't hold energy, so we should play something. I guess I will consume this. Preserved. I consume this. It did consume. I want to consume that card. Let's get this straight. Because I want to get specifically the regen cards back into my hand. So like Rage Serum. It consumed! That's what we want. I killed an enemy. Restore, restore. We do have 63 regen, that's pretty good. I'm just hoping the boss doesn't do more than 63 damage. I don't know how much damage the boss is gonna do. Really, Channel Song? We're not gonna shuffle, might as well play it. Might as well play it first. I think we're gonna have enough regen. But again, I don't know how much damage the boss does. 15. We're taking 115 damage, but you're dead. I think you're dying entirely to spikes, I think. Because you take 168 damage per hit. But let me look at this, let me think. You're doing 75 damage per turn, which means we're exactly healing the damage that we're taking. Now we've got a little bit extra on top of it. Okay. I mean, yeah, we are gonna be attacking them with our units, but the boss is taking 1,000 damage per turn just from smacking me. Yeah, the Animus got it. Dante didn't even attack there. Okay. This should be easier. Now, I don't think we're gonna go to the middle because it's multi-strike. We'll probably just go on the bottom. Six. No, wait, you only hit once, so you're gonna hit 4. Wait, spikes 8. You're gonna die in 1 hit. So, die, 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 die. We will take 10, 20, 30, take 40 damage down here. And then we play a Dante, and then the Dante does a lot of damage. I'm just thinking if maybe we want to play on the middle or the top, but I don't think we do. I think we just want to play on the bottom. Just kill everything. Dante the useless? Dante is far from useless. If we play Channel Song, we will draw. The only way we can descend the Animus is with Old Magic. Should probably wait for Channel Song until we draw Old Magic, but if we draw it next turn, then we can't play it or the Animus, which is weird. Take 40 damage. Our heals are so good once we actually draw them, but we're not gonna draw them for a while. We gotta stack up the sap up. You just do way more damage on the middle floor. I'd rather not start there. So you know what? Taking a lot of damage. I could give you armor and a bunch of rage. I could give Dante armor and a bunch of rage, but Dante's already doing 600 damage. Nothing's gonna make it past this floor. If we play a spell though, we're gonna take 6 more damage on the sentient. So I'm gonna give you armor. Because you're the most important thing right now. I don't even care if Dante does damage. Spell shield 2, spikes 4, it's a lot of spikes. And this is what I was worried about. Old magic can't descend the animus, but we could descend the animus manually, but we just won't play channel song on it. What do? Interesting question. Again, nothing's making it past Dante. We don't need the animus. We could also just play the animus next turn up here just to do damage. We don't have to play it down here. He can just go up here and then kill you in 5 turns. It honestly sounds fine with me. All we would need is then just heal, heal, and then you probably just follow it up with a restore, although it is very tempting to give Dante even more damage. But as soon as we draw more rage enablers, Dante is going to get the damage he needs. So more regen is probably what we want. And we're just going to channel song on the top floor just to put something up there. I mean, enemies are going to take 160 damage when they hit me. And you're taking 500 damage a turn now. What are we drawing? We're not gonna draw any heals for a while. But stacking up the rage right now, I think is what we want. I'm kind of flip-flopping a little bit between, I need to keep the champion alive and let's put rage on Dante. But I figured next turn was gonna be a little light because it was a boss wave who does not have stealth. So we didn't need to have this hold over every turn, but that's fine. You gave me Ember Drain, you bitch! Careful. How much damage are we taking? I can ascend you if I have to. In fact, I am going to ascend you just to get you out of the way. Still losing 10 health, but we should shuffle and hopefully draw one of our good restores. I mean, if we have to, the Animus can kill the boss at this point. Actually, the boss is dying due to Dante doing 1,000 damage. So we have made it, which is important because we didn't actually draw any freaking heals except for saps, which is not what we're looking for. Okay, well, I mean, we win. I guess if you wanted to be technical, we would just put all of our money into Dante at this point. This is not a Dante win though, because the Animus would have been our Dante. We would have been totally fine. And all we, quote unquote, all we had to do was make it past that one boss on like floor 5 that did 66 damage in a turn. And there you go, Gift of Gratitude, now gilded as well. Yeah, all we had to do is just make it past the super hard mini boss that completely counters you here. Okay, so it worked. Yes, we could have done a build with Little Fade. I will say that Little Fade, she would have scaled in spikes, but without having a way of keeping her alive, it would still be slow. The one time we had that really cool Little Fade one with like extra pain train or whatever it was when we had Umbra giving us a relic that gave her damage shield. That combo would be even better here because it would give her double damage shield.
No.
But Wormkin I think would be a little bit weak because you are still just relying on Reap and you don't apply status effects that much. You just up health with the I forget the names of the cards, but the 2 cards that extract and buff your stats. Umbra would be nice with Life Steal and Damage Shield, you get twice the amount that you normally would. Stygian would actually be kind of amazing, and I know we didn't use it, but Frostbite, Spell Weakness. Okay, I mean, those are really the only things that are very good here, but you'd get the ability also to maybe kill those bosses before they kill you. Although really you would need Revenge Frostbite to kill those bosses. But Awoken, Hellhorn, the Rage, and the Regens work very well. Good run. For now, hey, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel, any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Trade.